call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
You're just trying to find a way out. I don't want to tell you how to live, but I just don't want you to miss. And I don't mean to scare you, I want you to live, and I dare you to give this life all you have. Yeah, all you have. Whoa, 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 There's no way out of this. This life is all you get. One shot to take. Don't miss, just make. Don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names.
Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio begins now.
Welcome into Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio here in North Richland Hills, Texas. Fort Worth Christian hosting THESA. The Riders and the Cardinals getting ready to square off here. 5 o'clock start, moved up because of the weather as we welcome you here to the broadcast. Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly with you tonight. And looking forward is Fort Worth Christian, their final tune-up before they begin district play on Friday. And so we'll see what Rusty Greer's team can do. They have been a joy to watch up to this point, and they'll try to continue that momentum tonight.
Yeah, we were here last week and saw them handle a team fairly easy. The name escapes me right now, but I believe they won that game 10-1. A very comfortable win. Greg Smeds had a really strong outing on the mound that night. Was our player of the game, but the hitters also had a pretty strong game as well. And, again, that wind is blowing in from right field. When the wind's coming out of the south out here, it's not a hitter's ballpark. Maybe towards the left today, but these wind gusts up to 27 miles per hour, according to the forecast, are going to, again, knock down anything hit to right field.
Well, I'll help you with the mind, all right? It was Lake Country Christian, but I looked it up as well,
Okay.
Jeff. It was a victory, though, like you mentioned. Smeds threw well, and what stood out in that game was the uniqueness of what happened of a 21 up, 21 down stretch after the first hitter of the game got on the first pitch of the game. After the first pitch of the game, Fort Worth Christian threw a perfect game the rest of the way. That was unbelievable.
Well, I liked what Smed said in his post-game interview with you about that. He's like, that first hitter gets a hit, and he's like, okay, it's on now. And, he just – I don't know if he did anything differently, but he certainly had him at his mercy after that. He had a fair amount of probably 6-7 strikeouts and just held him hitless from there.
And we switched to now taking a look at some of the Cardinals that have done some big things with the bats. When you look at Griffin Carney and Braylon James, the leadoff man, and then the three-hole in this lineup, one thing that they have in common is they steal a lot of bases and they get on the base paths quite a bit.
Yeah, those on-base percentages are certainly healthy numbers. And Carney already up to 18 stolen bases, but James right behind him at 14. So they're basically turning singles into doubles majority of the time when they get on base, and we saw that in that last game against Lake Country. I believe they had 9 stolen bases for the night. So Coach Greer continues to be aggressive on the base pass.
And 67 stolen bases on the year for Fort Worth Christian, and that is just through now 17 games. So a 13-3-1 Fort Worth Christian team taking on THESA. Tonight, the Riders, a homeschool squad, and we will pitch it to some Cardinal connections on the other side. Logan Scott with a pair of Cardinal players that he caught up with, and we have that next on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and welcome back to Cardinal Connections. Today I'm here with Fred Hall. Fred, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself.
I'm Fred Hall. Yeah.
All right, Fred, do you have any superstitions on game day?
I like listening to Latino music on the way here, and then just like when I get here, kind of just vibing with the boys, kind of just chilling.
Right. What's your favorite post-game meal after a big win?
Post-game meals, Whataburger. Love
Order.
them. Order?
What's the
number 2 with bacon. You're plain and dry, bacon and cheese. It slaps.
I don't know, man. I don't know about that one. Honey barbecue chicken strip sandwich is pretty good, man. Who's your favorite baseball player of all time?
Bryce Harper.
Bryce Harper.
Love that guy.
All right.
Did you watch
start
any of the
with him in the
World
Nationals
Baseball
or when
Classic,
Nationals.
the USA Mexico?
Sunflower seeds or bubble gum?
Bubblegum. I love
What
chewing gum.
What flavor?
Watermelon.
Just watermelon? All
Straight
right.
up.
Well, Fred, thank you for your time, man. This is Logan Scott. Keep listening to Cardinal Connections here on Tradio, and keep watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. Hello, I'm Logan Scott, and welcome to Cardinal Connections. Today I'm here with Jackson Castleberry. Jackson, to those who don't know you, please introduce yourself, man.
My name is Jackson Castleberry. I'm a senior at Fort Worth Christian High School, and I'm committed to the University of Texas at Arlington.
Jackson, what's your favorite memory of baseball, either as a player, as a fan? It's just your overall favorite memory.
Really, just getting to state my freshman year with the guys I was with. It was a really great moment. We're at ACU, and we came back from 3 runs, and we went nuts. Dogpile was amazing.
Awesome, man. Do you have any superstitions you do before every game and every at-bat?
Not really. I mean, it's really just everything happens in the cage, you know. I mean, you gotta stick to a routine every day, so it's pretty nice having that.
Do you prefer bubblegum or sunflower seeds?
Oh, that's a tough one. I'm in between, but if I had to say, it'd probably sunflower seeds.
Now, what flavor?
Ooh, so I usually stick with dill pickle.
Everybody
most of the time.
says dill
I
pickle.
know.
It's a good flavor.
But if I really want to mix it up, I go garlic parmesan.
That's a good flavor. Churro's pretty good too.
It is. I tried that one. That's
a good one.
I know. Smacking.
Who is your favorite baseball player of all time?
It's between Barry Bonds and Tony Gwynn, definitely.
All right. Well, Jackson, thanks for your time. Good luck in your game. I'm Logan Scott. Keep watching Cardinal Baseball Live here on Radio, and stay tuned for more Cardinal Connections.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
We are back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Trey Bell, Tim Polster, Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly, the entire crew. You watching now, we welcome you back here. Keck Horton Field, what a beautiful shot. You look at the wind. Because of the flags, that's a telltale sign when you look out to right field. As we look at the scoreboard, nothing showing just yet. We're a few minutes away from the first pitch. Jacob Hegg starting for Fort Worth Christian tonight. Looking forward to seeing what he can do. But what this offense has done has been clutch this season. Hitting above 300 as a team is really impressive. We already touched on the 67 stolen bases in the first segment. And, Jeff, my question to you is, out of all these numbers, what's most impressive?
Well, obviously averaging 6.5 runs a game is a good number, but to be hitting as a team over 307 this deep into the season is outstanding. And then the OPS 865 as a team is way up there. So that's a tough choice, Will.
I made you think early on, right? And
Definitely.
it is an unfair question, isn't it? Because some of those stats are connected. How many hits affects your average? How many walks affects your average OPS and OBP? So it is a tough one, but I guess you could just say you could plead the fifth and say they're all impressive.
Well, and when you talk about the fact that they're averaging 6.5 runs a game, keep in mind these games have only been going a lot of times 5 and 6 innings. When you play tournament ball, you have time limits you're up against. So for the season, the Cardinals are averaging about a run an inning, which is outstanding. If you could put up a run every inning, you're going to win a lot of more games than you lose. Even if your pitching isn't outstanding, average pitching, is still going to allow you to win the vast majority of your games if you can put up 6-7 runs a ball game in a high school game.
Yes, that's a very good point. Is it's not just the runs per game, but per inning, because of all those mercy rules early on. We've got another 3-umpire crew tonight, something you noted early on. So district play beginning for the Cardinals coming up this week. That's a big story tonight. Also, Mother Nature, a story. If you're tuning in now, we thank you, but we also tell you, let people know that didn't get the memo that this game did get moved up to 5 o'clock. Share the link, and we'll be happy to welcome you in to Cardinal Baseball Live this evening as the crew heading to home plate. Ground rules about to get underway, where the managers will exchange lineups, and we will give you those starting lineups here momentarily for both teams ahead of this matchup between the Cardinals and the Riders.
Yeah, I feel like maybe the early start did catch a few people off guard because there's not many here at the ballpark yet. I would venture to say not even half the parents are here yet.
Well, 5 o'clock, typically when people are getting off. So
True. That's It is the typical schedule, but I know if my son was on that team, I'd have cut out a lot earlier.
Wave, smile and wave. He is Jeff Knipper. Get a good shot.
You're the
there.
good-looking one there. You're
Don't go too far. The starting lineup, we'll give it to you for Fort Worth Christian. So Blaine McDonald, he's at third base. Grady Emerson at short. Griffin Carney is at second. Antonio Andujar at first base. Same starting lineup in the infield as we've seen all season long for the Cardinals. In the outfield, it's Andrew Ridgel, Braylon James, and Jackson Castleberry. And then behind the plate, Hank Austin, and on the mound, it's, as we mentioned before, Jacob Hegg. So we teased the starting lineups, and our great director, Tim Polster, pays off that tease in just a few moments. We give you those lineups. We can also tell you about the riders as well and tell you how they will go down. Holden Taylor will lead off and play at right. Pierce Beckman will pitch and hit second. Juan Moreno hits third. At first base, Hunter Garcia, the cleanup man, and catching. Cohen McNulty, the shortstop. To follow, it's Alec Arnell in left field. Hitting seventh is Ryan Treat, and center Jimmy Graham hits eighth at third base. And then Case Wisdom is the second baseman. To round out the lineup for the THESA Riders, a homeschool team locally here, Tommy Whiteman is the head coach for the Riders squad. Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly with you, and now we have keys to the game. And Jeff, take it away for us.
Okay, that first key there, work the fundamentals. That's, throw strikes, make the plays defensively at the plate, get good pitches, and be aggressive when you get them. And then the second key there, pay attention to detail. I believe that is know the situation. If you're on the infield, know the situation. If you're at the plate, know the situation, so that you're prepared and have a better chance of success. And then compete relentlessly. We've seen this Fort Worth Christian team enough to know that these guys are predominantly seniors in the starting lineup, and all indications is they want to go out on a strong note.
Oh, yeah.
They want to finish their career, and quite honestly, from what I've seen, I like their chances in their district without even seeing the rest of the district, because they have a lot of good players in that dugout over there.
So we will have first pitch coming up on the other side. It's Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more, schedule a personal tour, and experience Fort Worth Christian for yourself.
Thank you so much for joining the game with us today. We hope you are enjoying this presentation of Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. We have a target of 20,000 channel subscribers before the end of this spring. We need your help to reach that goal. So please hit the subscribe button and the like button, and pick a friend or family member to whom you can share the game. We are happy you are watching and hope you consider becoming a member for access to different member-only content.
All right, we are back with you here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Again, 5 o'clock start tonight here at Keck Field. And the lineups being announced now. We just gave you the lineups a moment ago along with the keys to the game, going through the offensive numbers as well. But, Jeff, right before break, you mentioned this team and their aspirations. And I think it's pretty obvious, right? Anybody on their senior year wants to go out with a bang. But with this particular group, with the transfers that they brought in, with how Rusty Greer's led a lot of these guys, a lot of their lives he's known some of these guys with his instructions that he does in the game of baseball. And it seems like this is a really special group. And obviously, they haven't even played a district game yet, but a lot of anticipation building for the district openers here this week, and that's for sure. Not to get ahead of ourselves, we should have a whale of a ball game here tonight, and excited to bring it to you. But just you had that thought that I wanted to let you finish up as we had to pay the bills, as they say, with the commercials.
Well, I saw it back in the tournament season, Will, is Grady Emerson and Griffin Carney at second base, the chemistry they have. We're going to have a national anthem here, so we'll take a break for that.
Man, I cut you off. You got cut off again, man.
God, we're thankful tonight for this crowd. We're thankful for the players, the coaches, the umpires. Lord, we pray for a great game. We thank you for the weather holding off. We thank you for the commitment and the work that these boys have put into this game. Lord, let them play well tonight to the glory of you. Lord, we're thankful for all that you provide for us, but we're most thankful for the sacrifice of your Son, Jesus Christ, on the cross and the resurrection, the power and the salvation we have in him. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
We are ready for some baseball and looking forward to this matchup. If you're just getting going with us, a few minutes after 5 o'clock, as the Cardinals, the home team, will take the field here at Keck Field. For the games we've done here, Jeff, one thing maybe we haven't touched on enough is the wonderful facility that is here at Keck Field, the artificial surface. Certainly, if Mother Nature were to have some sprinkles on us tonight, does look like 8 o'clock is when some rain will come, so the game should be concluded by then. But even if there is some rain, this turf definitely can hold some. Now, the question and the concern would be if any lightning came in effect, of course. But that's why the game got moved up, and Jacob Pegg making his warm-up tosses here as we're about to get underway in the top of the first inning.
Yeah, I was impressed last week, Will, because like the day before that Lake Country game, we got a fairly significant amount of rain, and even though the infield is turf, that outfield is natural grass, and there was no sign of wet spots in the outfield. The field played great that night. It was super windy, so that probably helped dry it out some. But even if they were to get a lot of rain, and there is a lot of rain in the forecast tonight, I think they'll be fine Thursday when they kick off district action. Will they play Thursday and Friday?
Friday, Saturday now. That got moved too.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's you're a Cardinals fan, you need to follow them on social media to keep up with all these schedule changes.
You do, and not only because of that, I will say this now, they do a great job with their social media channels as well, so definitely hit that follow button. But it's THESA, it's Fort Worth Christian, and it's about to get underway now. Jacob Pegg working to Holden Taylor to begin the top of the first inning. The Riders' right fielder leads things off as Pegg, working out of the stretch, misses up and in.
Yeah, I looked at Pegg's numbers, and his ERA's at a 3.2 coming into today. His walk-hit ratio, or the whip as they like to call it, is a 1.5, and I think his whip would be much closer to 1 if not for some walks. So we'll see, how his control is today. I think that's been his nemesis a bit.
And it's plaguing him at least on his first 3 offerings of the evening, all missing outside the zone. 3-0 count. It's the 3rd start for Pegg, his 4th overall outing, and time is called. Taylor steps out. His last time out against Saxe, he went 4 innings in a start and allowed 3 earned. 3 of his 4 earned runs this season came in his most recent appearance. And that's in for a strike. But that was on February 27th, so he has had some time off since he's been on the bump, at least in game action. It's been about a week and a half.
Yeah, that's a little more than normal, but he has come back here and thrown 2 strikes to break it a full count right here on Taylor. Boy, Taylor's really spread out in the box there. Probably not taking a stride. Usually if you stretch out like that, you're trying to cut your stride down. Yeah.
Pegg with the strikeout, 1 gone here in the top of the first inning. So from 3-0 to 3 straight strikes, he gets Taylor swinging. It brings up Pierce Beckman. We'll see him toe the rubber in the bottom of the first inning in a different stance, much more narrow now for the left-handed hitting pitcher. And it's in for a strike in the upper portion of the zone. So 4 straight strikes after 3 straight balls to begin the outing for the right-hander.
Yeah, definitely found something after those first 3 pitches.
He fouls it off his leg.
Yeah, that one hurt a little bit.
So it's an 0-2 count. Here with 1 out, top of the first inning.
You mentioned this is a homeschool team, and believe it or not, there's enough homeschool teams here in the Metroplex that they have their own league. I just happened to recall about 10 years ago being at the field when one of their league games occurred.
And that is strike 3, dropped for a split second by Austin, but he throws it down to first, and back-to-back strikeouts for Pegg.
Yeah, good high fastball right there on an 0-2 count. He got him chasing it.
So from 3 straight balls to begin the outing, we were talking about how walks have been one of the enemies for the right-hander this season. 6 straight strikes and a pair of punch-outs. Juan Moreno now hits with 2 out and nobody on. And Pegg elevates the fastball. It's a 1-0 count.
That was in the air. Should be played by Carney.
The second baseman under it, and he makes the grab. So a 1-2-3 inning for Jacob Pegg. The Cardinals come to the plate next on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio.
Just me, don't get it twisted. We're on a mission to live life legendary. Yeah, we are legendary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. We are not ordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. We are legendary. Living extraordinary. We are legendary. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. You will remember our names. I can feel when the earth begins to shake. I've been waiting for this change. Come down below. Come down below. It's so low. We are breaking out from these days. We are taking down the locks on this.
So after Jacob Pegg falls behind 3-0 to the first hitter in the top of the first inning, he retires this side after that. The next in order with a pair of strikeouts and a pop-out. So Griffin Carney leads things off in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch swinging, grounds it to third. Jimmy Graham on to first. The stretch made by Moreno. And one pitch, one out for Pierce Beckman, the starting pitcher. That's a good way to start your outing. Get a 348 hitter on the year to ground out.
Yeah, watching Beckman warm up, he's got a decent fastball. He threw a lot of sliders that were down in the zone, and Carney grounded that ball to the third baseman, who almost held on to that ball a tad too long. It was a pretty close play at the first base, but they did get him by a step.
So here's Grady Emerson. He takes the first for a strike. Grady hitting .455 on the year, leading the team in almost every offensive category. And a 0-1 count. Beckman has that
pretty well hit in the gap.
Toward center, and a diving grab made by Ryan Treat out in center. Grady Emerson, who goes to the opposite field quite a bit, can't have that fall in the outfield, and two straight retired as we get another look.
That ball was well hit, and again, I think the wind held that ball up. I think if without that wind, that ball's probably off the fence out there, but still a very nice play by the center fielder.
So Braylon James takes the first for a strike after the first two are retired in short order. It brings Braylon James to the plate, hitting .273 on the season.
Beckman will be a good primer for their district opener on Friday, because he's a little better pitcher than they saw last week against Lake Country. Got a little more velocity, and looks like his breaking pitch, he knows where it's going too.
And that's in for a strike as he gets the lower inside corner. Here to Braylon James.
It'll be a tough day if they keep calling that pitch, because that's where he was hitting that spot with all those sliders warming up.
James goes to the opposite field, but a foul ball as he tries to fight off the two-strike offering from Beckman, and has some new life as it goes in foul territory. It's up and out to James to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the count is now full.
Yeah, good eye right there. He's not giving them both up and down. He gave him a pitch earlier that was down, but fortunately not calling that ball up at the shoulders.
And the full count. James checks swing to keep it alive. So there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first inning. First 2 retired, and Beckman looking for a 1-2-3 frame, just like Jacob Pegg had in the top of the first inning. James with hits in 7 of his last 8 games, and hits with the count full. The 3-2 in there for strike 3. So Pierce Beckman catches Braylon James looking. We're through an inning. Both sides have been retired in order as we go to the second. All right, so we start the top of the second inning. Both sides retired in order through 1 inning of action. So Jacob Pegg begins his second inning of work, falling behind, missing up and out to the left-handed hitting catcher, Hunter Garcia. Pegg steps off. Misses early have been high. Again, he only needed 11 pitches to get through the first. That's the same amount that Pierce Beckman needed. Both economical for the starting pitchers in their first inning of work, but Pegg, like he did in the first, falling behind a 3-0 count to the leadoff man, went on to retire the side in order. Falls behind 2-0 here to Hunter Garcia.
Yeah, I was thinking this inning's starting a lot like the top of the first.
But in for a strike, so a 2-1 count. Pretty big zone from our vantage point here today.
It appears that that's the case, but we don't have the best angle. I think we can see up and down better than in and out.
Fair enough. We'll let the fans decide. You get the home plate, you get the center field cam, but it does appear to be a pretty big zone.
I like that view right there. But, yeah, we were basically in the on-deck circle over here. Just a net between us and the batter. We got to chase one right there up in his eyes.
Exactly. So, and as a hitter, with the zone appearing to be bigger early on, with 2 strikes, you're going to be more inclined to swing. That one, though, pretty far upstairs, and it's fought off by Garcia.
Yeah, definitely got to protect up there if you think the umpire's got a big zone.
The 2-2, that is fought off. That one was a little more in the zone than the previous pitch that was elevated. So 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the second inning. Here to the catcher, Hunter Garcia. And that tails outside. Some arm side run for Pegg on his off speed.
Yeah, that's a good view to see in and out right there. That center field shot.
Swing and a miss. Pegg already with 3 punch-outs. 3 of the 4 he has set down have been via a swinging strikeout. And there's 1 out.
Yeah, good fastball right there. He just got it by Garcia, who had battled everything off up to that point.
That'll bring up Cohen McNulty. The shortstop hitting with 1 gone in the top of the second. And that is up and in, ball 1.
Boy, that's well hit. Yeah.
Down in center, first hit of the evening comes with a 1-out single to center by Cohen McNulty. The first base runner for either team. Mentioned well hit, it was elevated, and for McNulty, he took it right back where it came from, up the middle, for a 1-out single to bring Alec Arnell up to the plate, the left fielder.
Yeah, he timed up his fastball right there and put the barrel on it.
It's well up and out. Ball 1.
See how shallow Castleberry is out there in right field, and with the way the wind's blowing, I don't blame him. There's just going to be hard to burn him to right field with that wind.
That's in for a strike, and that upper portion of the zone has been friendly to the arms. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. No score, top of the second. Here to Alec Arnell as Pegg comes set. Takes a check at first. It was McNulty who was off, now a rundown. Andujar throws it to second. Emerson makes the tag, and just like that, the leadoff single is cut off the base paths, or the 1-out single, so now 2 gone here in the top of the second inning.
Yeah, I don't know if McNulty was running or just got caught leaning the other way. It looks like Tim's going to give us a replay. Yeah, he was running. Just guessed wrong.
What a great shot there to
Yeah,
see.
thanks Tim Polster right there. That was perfect timing.
Swing and a miss there from Arnell. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count here with 2 outs. So a 1-out single gets picked off, and now Pegg with a chance to face the minimum once again here in the second inning. And it's fought off.
I believe 4 of their 6 hitters so far have been lefties, so they got the left-handers loading up the front half of their lineup.
The 1-2 pitch, it's up and out.
Sun keeps trying to peek its head out, and I'm regretting not wearing sunglasses. I debated it and left them in my truck.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Pegg with 4 punch-outs through 2 scoreless, and he's faced the minimum after getting the pick off. No score. We go to the bottom of the second here on Tradio.
It's the big time. Can you feel those bright lights? Everything is yours tonight. It's on tonight.
Jackson Castleberry leads off for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the second inning. They were retired in order, only needing 11 pitches for Pierce Beckman in the bottom of the first, so the Cardinals go back to work at the plate here in the bottom of the second, and the first is bounced low. 1-0 count here to Jackson Castleberry, the Cardinals' cleanup man.
Yeah, Castleberry had a good night last Thursday night against Lake Country. Went 2 for 3 with 3 runs scored. You could tell he was just locked in that night. In fact, I think I made the comment that out there in the left field porch they might want to put a glove on, because you could tell he was just about ready to square something up. He hit a line drive to left field and didn't make me look that good, but you could tell he was really locked in. Another one right there.
Jackson Castleberry's locked in. Entered tonight with a .333 batting average on the season. And he rips it through the left side. He has showed that pull side power quite a bit. The Division I ball player to be hit a home run over the left field wall a couple weeks ago, and he's been hammering it on the left side, handling the inside pitches after a swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. He singles to lead off the bottom of the second inning here for Jake Parkerson. Hitting with nobody out and one on. And Parkerson watches the first in the zone. Beckman dropping it in for strike one.
Yeah, you could tell Parkerson was a little mad, I think, for taking the pitch, because it was looked like a changeup that was up around the belt, and I'm sure he'd like another hack at something like that.
They take a check at Castleberry.
Would be surprised if Castleberry isn't running here. Just based on what we saw last Thursday night. Every time the Cardinals got somebody at first base, more often than not they were running, especially at the top half of the lineup.
You have nearly 70 stolen bases as a team on the year. You have to run quite often. And they've done it with a lot of success. Castleberry, no stranger to swiping bags. He's got 9 stolen bases on 10 attempts here this season.
Well, I think Beckman got the scouting report, because he's thrown over twice, and he's still very interested. And there he goes.
Castleberry's off. He got a great jump, and he's in time. So, maybe not too hard to predict, but you're right on the money there. A stolen base for Jackson Castleberry, now 10 of them on the year. And he moves into scoring position for Jake Parkerson. Cardinals trying to strike first here in the bottom of the second inning.
Boy, Parkerson was way out in front of that one.
Parkerson has 15 runs driven in on the year, second most on the team. And he's got an RBI opportunity here, however, hitting with a 2-strike count.
Yeah, he's done a good job taking advantage of Emerson and Carney getting on base ahead of him. That's going to be a pop-up on the infield.
Moreno is under it, and he makes the grab, so there's one out. Now for Blaine McDonald.
Now up, number 20, Blaine McDonald.
We've seen McDonald do damage also. He's got a good swing and strong kid.
Castleberry at second. McDonald pops this in foul territory. So an 0-1 count to Blaine McDonald. And speaking of the damage that he's done this season, and a lot of it for McDonald, who's
pitcher's still very concerned with Castleberry out there at second base. He's doing a lot to distract him. So he's going.
Castleberry looking to swipe third. He does, and the ball gets behind the third baseman, Jimmy Graham. Jackson Castleberry will come across to score, and the Cardinals lead 1-0. So they manufacture a run off the leadoff single, stealing second, stealing third, and coming home to score on the overthrow to left. And the Cardinals have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, very effective use of a single there to get a run out of it.
McDonald just past the outstretched glove of Case Wisdom, and he has himself a single here with one out. And a 1-0 score for the Cardinals. Blaine McDonald. He picks up his 10th hit of the year.
Yeah, good effort right there by the second baseman. Just couldn't quite get up high enough to glove that one. Like it tipped off the top of the glove. Should be a base hit. McDonald not quite as aggressive a lead as Castleberry. I don't think he's been running as much as often.
So here is Hank Austin at the plate hitting. McDonald with the lead at first, and that's pulled toward left on the first pitch swing. It's down, and it's a single for Hank Austin. See this bat starting to come around. He had a hit against Lake Country, second consecutive game. He has had a base hit. He pulls it to left. First time this year he's had hits in back-to-back games. Good to see the Sul Ross State commit see the bat getting going, and Jacob Ward will courtesy run for him at first base as Antonio Andujar now hits with runners on first and second. Cardinals leading by 1 here in the bottom of the second inning.
Yeah, I remember in that Lake Country game, Austin was up in a spot where you might expect him to bunt, but Coach Greer let him swing away, and he picked up a hit in that at bat, which I think Coach Greer was, wanting him to swing the bat there and try and maybe shake that a little bit of a funk he started the season off in at the plate. Obviously batting in that 6 hole on this team, actually he's in the 7 hole.
Andujar pulls it foul. 0-2 count now to the Cardinals' first baseman.
See if it works. Yeah.
They have to chase down that foul ball down the left field line. Some help out there by the Cardinals. Go track down that foul ball with runners on first and second. Andujar now hitting with an 0-2 count. Check on McDonald, and that ball bounced. It scoots away from Garcia for the moment, allows runners to get to second and third. So 2 now in scoring position for Antonio Andujar.
Yeah, the Cardinals this inning have now got 3 hits in the inning, so they not sure what changed between the first inning, but they didn't. Emerson hit one hard to left center, but all of a sudden they're finding some barrels.
Andujar watches the 1-2 low to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Cardinals' first baseman looking for his first RBI of the season. And he's got 2 in scoring position with just 1 out. A chance to do it here. That ball gets away. McDonald comes across to score, and the Cardinals take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, ideal spot to pick up your first RBI. I'm a little surprised that he is in this spot and hasn't picked up an RBI in the season, because I know early in the year he had a good tournament. Obviously didn't have anyone on base when he had some of those hits.
He had a really hot start to the year. And he gets on via the walk. His 5th walk drawn of the year. He had 5 hits in the first 5 games of the year, but the total at just 8 right now. But doing little things like drawing the walk and extending the line, that's what he does there, and it sets Andrew Ridgel up to the plate with runners on the corners and just 1 out. 2 already across for the Cardinals in the inning. And Ridgel with a chance to continue things. They check out Ward. He's able to get back with no play at third. As Graham, the third baseman, came in to grab it. So the top of the order is waiting on deck. Now a check at first.
If you weren't looking at the lineup card, it's almost hard to tell the difference between Ridgel and Carney. They're built very similar, and actually their setup at the plate is very similar.
Upstairs to Ridgel. And they hit next to each other in the order with the 9 spot, and then you got Carney, the leadoff man, waiting on deck. Andujar, the runner at first base, Ward at third, and that's off the plate. 2-0 count. Here to Andrew Ridgel. Ridgel, he has handled the bat well out of the 9 spot, hitting .321 on the season. And the 2-0. The dribbler that goes in front of the Riders' dugout. So a 2-1 count. Here to Ridgel. Getting on base this season about 45% of the time. Impressive numbers for the bottom of your order. And the perfect quote-unquote second leadoff man to try to set the table for the man on deck at the top of the order in Griffin Carney.
Yeah, his OPS is 947. That's a healthy OPS, especially for a guy hitting in the 9-hole.
And he gets plunked there in the left arm. He'll make his way down to first base. It juices the bases here for Griffin Carney. And THESA will have a mound visit. Tough situation. Nowhere to put Griffin Carney here in the bottom of the second. Fort Worth Christian has already scored twice. And they have an opportunity for more with Griffin Carney, who's only seen 1 pitch this evening. He was first pitch swinging and grounded out to third to begin the bottom of the first, but now will come up in the second with the bases loaded.
Yeah, kind of got away from Beckman here in the second inning. He kind of cruised through that first inning, and then Cardinals came out and had 3 hits, and now the last 2 batters, he walked the 8-hole hitter and then hit Ridgel right there to just kind of throw gas on the fire.
Well, that fire is definitely burning a little bit for the Cardinals. A prime opportunity early on in this ball game. Bottom of the second, but with the bases juiced and the top of the order up, Griffin Carney will have a chance, especially with Grady Emerson waiting on deck, to break this game wide open. And Carney watches the first above the zone.
Riders are in on the corners. Their first and third baseman trying to cut that run down at the plate. They're going to play back in the middle, try and turn 2.
And a 1-0 count. Here to Carney, who watches for a strike. Carney, a .348 hitter on the year. Getting on base more than 48% of the time. He's driven in 6. He's scored 21 runs. And he hits it hard to second. They go to second. For the 4-6 fielder's choice, it allows Carney to reach base, but Jacob Ward comes across to score. And so Griffin Carney, maybe not the result he wanted, but he hit it hard and he drives in a run. It was right at the second baseman. And Case Wisdom goes to second for the force out. So now 2 down, runners on the corners here for Grady Emerson.
Yeah, nice play by Wisdom to get an out there. It looked like potential double play, but Carney just runs too well to double him up. But it was hit on a line, one hop.
And Carney will get to second with no throw. So a 3-0 lead for the Cardinals. And Grady Emerson hitting with a 1-0 count. That gets away inside. Andujar stays put at third base. So Antonio Andujar at third, Griffin Carney at second, and Grady Emerson at the plate.
Yeah, not a whole lot of room behind the plate. Normally a pass ball like that is going to be a run, but that ball came off the padding pretty well right to the catcher, and Andujar wisely put on the brakes over there at third base.
Emerson with OPS north of 1,300. He's got a pair out in scoring position. He watches for a strike. On the outer half.
Yeah, it must have been, because he would have been hacking if it looked good. We've seen him swing 3-0.
He watches outside there. So 3 balls and a strike to Grady Emerson. Hitting .455 on the year, 20 hits already for the star shortstop. And he pulls that to first, booted for the moment by Moreno. They're unable to get Emerson in time, and so an E3 allows Antonio Andujar to score. It's 4-0 Cardinals.
Now batting number 17, Braylon James.
And so a crooked number put up on the scoreboard here in the bottom of the 4th inning, and it brings Braylon James up. With runners on the corners and 2 outs. Emerson is off. They throw it down to second. It's cut off by Wisdom. And so Emerson moving from first to second. Second and third now for Braylon James. 4 runs already put up here for the Cardinals in this home half of the 2nd inning. It's Braylon James. He struck out looking to end that first, which was a 1-2-3 frame, and he turns on this one. It is down. Griffin Carney scores. Here comes Grady Emerson. It's a 6-0 advantage for the Cardinals on a 2-out RBI single by Braylon James.
Yeah, good swing right there. That ball was down around his knees. He just went down and got it.
Number 11, Jackson Castleberry.
Dropped it in right there down the line. So the
Cardinals
roll back to where they started.
Yes.
Castleberry started this inning.
Took the words out of my mouth. They've batted around here in the bottom of the 2nd. Jackson Castleberry, who led off this inning with a single through the left side, watches, and it's James who sees it down and takes second. So 6 runs scored by the Cardinals here in this bottom of the 2nd inning. The 5th and 6th runs come home because the man at second has a 2-out, 2 RBI single to right field. And now Jackson Castleberry, who led off the inning with a single, up once again. He ropes this ball to left, but right at Arnell. He comes in to make the grab, but not before the Cardinals score 6 They're ahead 6-0. We go to the third here on Tradio.
What was your favorite childhood TV show?
The Office.
If you can make your last meal on earth ever, what's on the menu?
Pepperoni pizza.
What else is there? It's your last meal.
Probably a Coke and Whataburger French fries.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Fred, for the time. Jackson, what was the name of the first ever baseball team you played for?
Ooh, it was the Texas Angels.
Awesome. What is your favorite food?
Definitely crawfish.
Go-to karaoke song?
Please don't stop the music.
Ooh, favorite athlete growing up?
Definitely Usain Bolt.
What is the worst trade in all of sports?
Worst trade?
Trade.
Luka to the Lakers.
Who has the best double celebration on the team?
Ooh, probably Grady.
Fort Worth Christian School is Christ-centered, college preparatory school where every student is known, loved, and valued. At FWC, students are challenged to pursue excellence in the classroom, in competition, and in their faith, all while being equipped with a strong biblical worldview. From standout academics and championship athletics to award-winning fine arts and a vibrant student community, Fort Worth Christian is preparing tomorrow's leaders today. We invite you to discover the difference for your family. Visit fwc.org to learn more. Schedule a personal.
So we start the top of the third inning. Pegg out for his third inning of action to begin this ball game. Now working on the hill with a 6-run lead after the Cardinals. They send 10 to the plate in the bottom of the second. And now ahead 6-0 as Pegg works here to Ryan Shreet, the center fielder, in the first three. 2 balls and a strike the count. As Pegg, he's faced the minimum through 2 innings despite allowing a 1-out single. In the second, he got the pickoff. This one grounded to short. Grady Emerson smooth over with the glove at short, makes the play. 1 gone. We get another look at the replay on the ground ball by Treat. Emerson coming up charging, gets rid of it quickly.
Jimmy Graham.
And that brings up Jimmy Graham. So 1 out here in the top of the third, and the first to Graham. This is low and outside. As Jacob Pegg, just over 30 pitches this evening. Now working with that 6-run cushion after the Cardinals batted around last half inning and a foul ball. Makes it a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Fouled straight back by Graham. Pegg misses upstairs to even the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's up and in as well, so the count is full. And the 3-2, swing and a miss, and Pegg registers another punch out, his 5th of the evening. And there's 2 outs here in the top of the third inning.
Now batting number 5, Case Wisdom.
So Peg now with 5 strikeouts. And a swing and a miss here to Case Wisdom, the 9th hitter in the order. So Peg still has faced the minimum, and he's been on a roll, Jeff, to begin this game.
Yeah, since those first 3 balls to that first hitter, he's really been coming right at him and getting a lot of strikeouts and weak contact. They do have 1 hit, which he was picked off at first base.
Yeah, the lone base runner, that 1-out single in the second to center field. But immediately picked off, and now Peg. He went to the breaking ball, but Wisdom did not chase.
Didn't have the best angle, but it almost looked like he dropped down and threw that one 3/4.
Now he misses up and inside. So 3 balls and a strike is the count here with Peg working on the mound. He gets a swing and a miss. Peg, 7 walks through 8 2/3 coming in, but he has been clean in that department tonight. He's had to navigate around some 3-ball counts. He has one here, the 3-2. It's softly hit towards center field. Grady Emerson out in shallow center makes the grab, and the side is retired in order. 3 shutout for Peg. The Cardinals go back to work at the plate when we come back. So new arm into the ball game for the Riders. It's Dylan Yost after Pierce Beckman went 2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 6 runs, with 1 strikeout and 1 walk, and throws 44 pitches in total. Retired the side in order in the first, but the Cardinals bat around, score 6 in the second, so his outing is complete. It's off to the right-hander out of the bullpen, Dylan Yost, as he works against Jake Parkerson to begin this inning. And he takes the first for a ball upstairs. Parkerson popped out to first base in his first time up in the second.
Watching Yost warm up, he is a sidewinder. Even though that first pitch, it looked like he went up top, but he was predominantly down around the waist and going to try and keep it down, have you beat it in the ground, and let his infield play defense.
The 2-0. So the first 3 miss outside the zone for the first batter that Yost is facing out of the bullpen to begin this bottom of the third after Beckman went 2 innings. And he fires a strike. It comes from that low 3/4 side-winding angle and definitely has a lot of tail to the arm side as that one cuts right back into the center of the plate. That is pulled, though, to left by Jake Packerson. And he has a leadoff single to begin things in the third, so the Cardinals right back to it offensively.
Boy, Parkinson ambushed that pitch right there. Just a really good swing.
Stayed up, and he gave it a ride to left, just a single.
Yeah, Yost was down around the knees in his warm-ups, but to Parkerson, everything was a little higher than he wanted, I'm sure.
That's the 5th hit for the Cardinals here in this game by 5 different Fort Worth Christian players. Accounting for the 5 hits, 6 runs so far, all coming in the bottom of the second inning. But a leadoff single to begin the bottom of the third.
Yost kind of slipped there on that pickoff move. Kind of fortunate that throw didn't get away from him.
Missing inside to Blaine McDonald. He singled, then came around to score in the second. His second time up. So 2 balls and a strike here to Blaine McDonald.
I was a little surprised that Parkerson hasn't run, and the way Coach Greer gave those signals, he looked like maybe he missed a sign, but not going.
That's grounded to third. Graham goes to second. Wisdom on to first, and it's in time. A 5-4-3 turn, and there's 2 down in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, nice double play turn there by the Riders.
Now up number 1, Hank Austin.
That brings Hank Austin single out to left in his first trip. Hits with 2 out, nobody on. His team ahead by 6 after they had a lengthy home half of the second. And it's a little dribbler to Graham, who's charging. Gets rid of it. It's on to first in time. A couple of nifty plays made by the Riders' third baseman to end the third. And we go on to the 4th inning. It's 6-0 Cardinals on Tradio. We start the top of the fourth inning. Welcome back into Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly with you. 6-0 Cardinals lead. Peg out for his fourth inning of work. A little bit of a change defensively. Jacob Ward now into the game in right field, entering in the spot of Jackson Castleberry.
Yeah, I noticed Castleberry's standing on the rail over there with some ice on his wrist, so hopefully nothing serious, but that wrist is what kept him out of some games earlier in the year. Maybe just tweaked it again. 6-0 lead in this ball game, and no reason to take any chances on re-injuring it more.
It's Holden Taylor who leads things off in the top of the fourth inning. His Peg through 3 innings has faced the minimum, so this just his second turn through the Fort Worth Christian order in Peg. We'll have pitching coach John Hampton make a visit to the mound after missing his first 2 offerings to the leadoff man, Holden Taylor, who he fell behind 3-0 to begin the game, came back to strike him out. And the first 2 missing outside the zone here in the fourth warrants a visit from Coach Hampton.
Yeah, just looking at the monitor here, it looks like Hank Austin there was pointing at his wrist, like maybe there was a signal. Sometimes they get the, I don't know what, it's something going on with his wrist that they were discussing. There's kind of like a quarterback will have the plays on his wrist, the catcher will have signals on his wrist, so maybe there was something coach was calling a different pitch than what he was throwing. That it was kind of an odd spot for a visit, so that maybe they just tried to get on the same page.
And they do right there with a strike in the zone, 2-1 count. And here is Peg on the 2-1, grounded foul. Just pulled a little too much beyond the left field line. Out toward the Cardinals bullpen. That has not seen any action yet as Peg is under 50 pitches, working here to begin the top of the fourth. That is lifted toward left. Andrew Ridgel camped under it. He makes the grab. 1 out here in the top of the fourth.
Yeah, Peg has given the bullpen no reason to get loose out there.
It's always a good sign as a pitcher. You always hate to see some guys stirring, knowing that your time may be coming up, but not for Peg today.
No, he's safe.
And the first outside to Pierce Beckman. Impressive for Peg, still has faced the minimum despite falling behind most of the hitters that he has faced. He has found a way to work around that and battle back in counts.
Yeah, the leadoff hitter in each inning, he's fallen behind. Finds himself behind Beckman here, 2-0.
Beckman struck out on 3 pitches in the first inning, but works a 3-0 count with 1 out, nobody on in the top of the fourth inning as the Riders look for some base runners.
Yeah, pretty sure Beckman's not going to swing here. 3-0, down 6 runs.
And it's in for a strike. So multiple 3-ball counts for Peg in this game. He misses there, was about to say he has avoided the free pass up until this point. Just his first walk after issuing 7 walks through his first 3 outings of the season in 8 2/3. That's just his first free pass tonight. It comes on the 53rd offering of the evening for the right-hander. And he faces the 3-hole Juan Moreno, who popped out to second in the first inning. He's 0 for 1 and watches for a strike. ball and a strike is the count.
When Peg misses, he tends to miss up. That's his spot, it seems.
Slide step to the plate, and he fires it in for a strike.
That was that pitch where he looks to me like he drops his arm down a slot and kind of comes more of a 3/4.
Peg has it grounded. Emerson dives for it, but it gets behind him. Runners now on first and second. Back-to-back base runners after the Riders just had one man reach base through the first 3 innings. They've got back-to-back men aboard here in the top of the 4th inning. After a walk and then a single, puts runners on first and second now for Hunter Garcia.
Yeah, just did get that ball past Emerson. He was cheating towards second to turn 2. A normal position, he probably makes that play pretty easy.
And that gets behind Austin. Runners go to second and third on the wild pitch. So a spot.
Yeah, it seems like Peg's cruising, but this is how quickly it can happen.
So you got 2 in scoring position. After not having a runner reach second through the first 3, that's a soft ground ball to Emerson. It's on to first in time for the out. So 2 outs, but the Riders score their first run. Pierce Beckman comes across to score after getting on via a walk. And on a 6-3 ground out by Hunter Garcia, he drives in a run to make it a 6-1 ball game.
McNulty had their first hit of the ball game, that single up the middle. He is at the plate right now.
He had that single like you mentioned, but then was immediately picked off. And hits with another run 90 feet away, but 2 outs. And a foul ball.
Got that one right off the end of the bat. That might be one that, if you're the hitter, you want to check the ball because that thing could have a cut in and do all kind of funny stuff. If you're a pitcher, you're like, oh, you want to keep it in the game and see what happens. Yeah, the umpire's checking it out. You can hear that wind really hitting the mic.
As it's foul back once again, very windy day.
Another hit. Nope, right at James.
Towards center, Braylon James has it. And Peg does allow a run, but he's now worked through 4. The Cardinals ahead by 5. As we look at the play by James. Comes in to make the grab, and it retires the side. Cardinals back to the plate next here on Tradio.
Yeah, you see how shallow he was playing there. That would be a hit most of the time.
We'd like to invite all in attendance to join us for the Cars and Cardinals Car Show on April 11th at 10:30 a.m. right here at Fort Worth Christian. Sponsored by McLean and Company Insurance. Enjoy great cars, games, food, and a raffle. All proceeds will benefit the Fort Worth Christian Baseball Program. To sign up, visit Fort Worth Christian Baseball on Instagram and click the link in our bio. Leading off the bottom of the fourth, number 33, Antonio Andujar.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Antonio Andujar comes up to the plate. Walked in his first plate appearance. And he watches the first miss above the zone here from Dylan Yost, who came in relief in the third inning. Now out for his second inning of relief, working to Andujar. And he chases to make it a 1-1 count.
Yeah, that's a little curveball that Yost has right there. I've noticed when he misses up, it's his release point is much higher, but when he gets that release point down close to the ground is when he keeps that ball around the knees like that.
There you go, D.
The 1-2 pitch. He was looking to go up and out. Andujar lays off. And Yost coming set for the 2-2 pitch. Andujar grounds it to third. Graham has it. And it is on to first in time. Three really nifty plays made in a row right to Graham. He started that 5-4-3 turn for the 2 outs in the second, then made a nice play to end the third inning, and now makes a nice play to begin the bottom of the fourth. 1 out now for Andrew Ridgel.
Yeah, that was a really nice play he made in that third inning. Had to really come get it and throw it on the run.
And Ridgel watches the first for a strike. Ridgel, he was hit in the left arm in his first time up.
Yeah, that's that pitch when Yost keeps it down around the knees. It's hard to do a whole lot with that.
That's up and in. A ball and a strike is the count to Ridgel. Mentioned he gets on base a lot, especially for a guy coming in the 9 spot of the order here for number 9, about 48% of the time. Gets aboard, but a big swing and a miss there makes it a 1-2 count to the Cardinals left fielder. Trying to get the Cardinals some base runners here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And they have one here. Andrew Ridgel singles to left field with 1 out. Putting a runner aboard now for the top of the order.
Yeah, good swing right there. Yost got that ball up around the waist, and Ridgel didn't miss it.
Ridgel has been on twice now, a hit by pitch, and there a single. He's got 10 hits on the year, hitting north of 320 now. After the single to left, it brings Griffin Carney to the plate. Watches the first outside. Carney, he reached on a fielder's choice his first time up, but he got an RBI, then came across to score in that 6-run bottom of the second for Fort Worth Christian. Check back at Ridgel.
Got a chance to meet Griffin Carney's grandparents up in Wiley, I believe we were at, and they were talking about how they watch all the games on Tradio, so good to, I'm sure they're watching this game, and just wanted to say hi. Enjoyed meeting y'all.
Big shout out. Enjoy meeting all the viewers here for the broadcasts of Fort Worth Christian baseball. As Carney lifts it out to right. Ridgel will have to retreat back to first, and he gets there in time. As Holden Taylor came in to make the grab, throws it to first. And Carney flying out to right for the second out.
Rare that we have said this year, but Emerson is hitless on the day, and this is his third at bat, so we'll see if he breaks out of that small hitless streak, because I have yet to be at a game he didn't get a hit. In most games he's had 2 or 3.
Takes ball 1. Ridgel at first. He is 4 for 4 on stolen bases this year. With 2 outs and your top hitter up at the plate, we'll see how aggressive the Cardinals want to be. First 2 miss the zone here to Grady Emerson. Emerson 0 for 2. And he pulls it foul. And you're right, when you're hitting 455 on the year, there's not many games that you go hitless. And that's the number that Grady Emerson was posting heading into tonight's action. But 0 for 2 this evening. Certainly has lived up to the billing, though, of being the top high school prospect in the country. A lot of pressure coming with that distinct honor, but he has handled it well this season. And he takes a strike and will now try to battle up with 2 balls and 2 strikes here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, that one looked a little bit up, but Grady didn't seem to question it.
Realizes the nature of the zone for tonight's affair. Runner is off. That is well up and out. And so Grady Emerson watching to now run the count to 3 balls and 2 strikes. And now Emerson's got a runner in scoring position. A payoff pitch awaits. Here to Grady Emerson.
Look where the second baseman is. He's about 15 feet out in the right field grass. That's really deep to be playing at this level.
Emerson takes ball 4, so he reaches on the bases on balls to extend the line down to Braylon James. James, he's 1 for 2 with 2 runs driven in. He had that 2-out, 2 RBI single in the 6th inning to make the score 6-0, and now he hits with 2 on here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Yeah, I feel like James is really in the best RBI spot in the Cardinals order with Carney and Emerson hitting in front of him. He's just going to be hitting with guys on base all year.
Total up to 11 RBIs now on the season with the 2 he's had tonight. He's the 4th Cardinal to reach double-digit RBIs on the campaign. As Dylan Yost, the reliever who came in relief in the 3rd inning, retired the side. Albeit not in order, he worked around a leadoff single, got a double play, then a ground ball to face the minimum in the 3rd. But now trying to navigate around a pair of base runners here in the 4th after an Andrew Ridgel single and a Grady Emerson walk, putting 2 on with 2 out for Braylon James.
That wind just seems to be picking up.
James well out in front of it. Pulls it in front of the Riders' dugout. Wind is really gusting to really from right field in as you look at the flags out in right center field here at Keck Horton Field. It's really crossed the outfield, gusting though pretty heavily at times throughout tonight's action.
They're running.
And James pops it up, foul territory, but it'll get out of play. There's a runner's in motion with your 3 hold up and 2 on. In a 2-strike count, though, you think you put a guy in motion, it perhaps has a chance to, if the ball gets in the gap, you know the speed Grady Emerson possesses, the runner at first base. Andrew Ridgel, he's got wheels out at second. James, he came through once with a 2-out, 2 RBI single in the 2nd inning. Hits with 2 outs and 2 on here in the 4th now. looking to extend the Cardinals' 5-run lead. Runners off again. James rips it. It's off the leather of Moreno. Andrew Ridgel will come across to score. Grady Emerson being waved home as well. And Braylon James have a day. 4 ribbies for the Cardinals center fielder. And they're on top 8-1.
Yeah, he's exploded today. 2 RBIs in each of his last 2 at-bats.
Now batting, number 24, Jacob Ward.
So 2 for 3 with 4 runs driven in. The leader right now in the clubhouse, I'd say, for the player of the game. Still a lot of time to be had, but he's definitely one of the top candidates. Does Jeff Knipper agree?
Definitely.
All right. There we go. You always get worried when you go out on a limb and Jeff Knipper's not on the same page as you.
It's never too early to talk about player of the game. Maybe we should do our picks to click, before the game, like a guy that you think's going to have a big game.
I see. So here's Jacob Ward hitting for a first time. He came in defensively last half inning for Jackson Castleberry, who, as you noted, has some ice on his left wrist out there in the dugout. An injury that he dealt with earlier in the season that had him miss some time. So perhaps was a tweak there. But Ward, the freshman, checked in for him, and now he has his first time to hit. James at second. Let's take it for a strike. And on the James 2 RBIs, it hit off the glove of Moreno, but it was scorched down the right field line.
Yeah, that was one of the hardest hit balls of the day. That was definitely a hit.
James is off. It's taken by Ward, and Braylon James will get to third standing up. And so the Cardinals, who led 6-0 after 2 innings, then a 6-1 score after a run in the top of the 4th by the Riders, 2 here in the bottom of the 4th to extend it to a 7-run advantage. And they can push it to 8 if Jacob Ward can come through.
I think one of the things I noticed, Will, is Jacob Ward, who's a freshman, is hitting over 300, which I thought was outstanding.
Yes, limited opportunities, but 6 hits in 19 at-bats this year for the freshman, yes, Jacob Ward.
Yeah.
A .316 average, getting on base 44% of the time. Does have 5 runs driven in as well. A swing and a miss there, though, retires the side. Not before the Cardinals extend their lead to 7 runs. It's Braylon James, who's got 4 RBIs on the evening, and the Cardinals are in control after 4.
Fred, dogs or cats?
Dogs. Always dogs. Got 3.
What is the best gift you ever got?
Best gift? Probably my truck.
What's your go-to karaoke song?
Chattahoochee.
Who's your favorite athlete growing up?
Bryce Harper.
Who on the team would survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse?
Probably Griff.
I know it's a function. That's how it goes.
What is the greatest accomplishment you have ever done off the baseball field?
Man.
Probably good.
More time in Arizona.
Probably, man, that's a really hard question. Can you skip over that one?
That's the last one.
That's the last one? Okay, let me think here. Definitely just being able to, travel the world, definitely.
All right.
And, go to Europe and stuff.
All right. Thanks, Jackson, for your time.
Appreciate it.
So So it's Jacob Pegg out for another inning of work for the Cardinals. And gets a swing and a miss here to Alec Arnell, leading things off in the top of the 5th inning. So another inning of action for Pegg. It's been his most effective outing of the season so far, and he fools Arnell there to get ahead 0-2 in the count. Struck out Arnell in the 2nd.
Yeah, probably go back up top again. That high fastball has been a strikeout pitch most of the day.
And he does go to it, but a foul tip keeps it at an 0-2 count. Popped up left side, giving chase for it is McDonald with a count of play. And you could get the clear communication from our catcher, Hank Austin, saying out, 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 right by our effects mic.
Yeah, that was.
That's the vocals you need.
Hopefully that doesn't pick up anything inappropriate, because that was
no
beeping that out.
Sportsmanship right here. Nothing inappropriate. You get another glance at Jeff Knipper, our color analyst for tonight's affair. And it's Pegg upstairs. They like putting you on the screen. There you go, getting that screen time.
Yeah, you're the good-looking one. I'm the old guy.
That's popped up left side. Grady Emerson chasing for it in foul territory, and he'll track it down. Went a long way to make the grab, but there's one gone.
Yeah, nice play right there. It is windy out here, so pop-ups can be an adventure, and I think the wind definitely pushed that one closer to the fence over there.
So 1 out, top of the 5th inning. Still no sign of life in that pen for the Cardinals. And now, if a reliever were to throw today, you would think, with it just being a Tuesday game, that being available as the 0-1 is in for a strike here to Ryan Treat would definitely be in the cards for a potential Friday or Saturday game as the Cardinals open up district play this weekend. But Pegg is safe in the bullpen with how effective he's been in this game, and that continues as he catches Treat looking for strike 3.
Yeah, just went right at him with fastballs right there, and until he shows you he can catch up with it, why not?
Now batting number 52, Jimmy.
And I think Pegg is also trying to make a case, too. We talked about it last half inning about our potential pick for player of the game. Of course, Brandon James 2 for 3 with 4 runs driven in, along with a double. But Jacob Pegg now 4 2/3, and he has 6 strikeouts and has only allowed 2 hits and 1 run. So he's making a case as well, especially if he can continue to author more innings in this ballgame, trying to work through 5, and gets the foul ball there by Graham, who struck out swinging in the 3rd inning. But he may have a case in your eyes, or no?
Yeah, we may have a tough choice. I mean, it's hard to leave him out of the discussion for sure.
Yes. We'll discuss it for sure. Pegg thought he had strike 3. Instead, it's the bat that's prolonged here to Jimmy Graham. 0 for 1 today. As Pegg kicks, deals, and has it popped up. Austin chasing for it in foul territory, and it's a souvenir. It gets out of here.
Graham's been making some nice plays over there at third base. He's actually had some good swings, too. I'm a little surprised he's hitting this far down in the lineup.
Just missing a couple on those foul balls. But a 1-2 for Pegg. And he delivers. Jacob Pegg with 7 punch-outs. He's gone 5 innings of 1-1 ball, and the Cardinals ahead by 7 as we go to the home half of the 5th. Welcome back to Cardinal Baseball Live here on Tradio. We've arrived in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Jake Parkerson will lead things off. Watches the first miss up. So another inning of relief for Dylan Yost. The Cardinals scored 2 off of him in the bottom of the 4th inning. He threw up a 0 on the scoreboard in the 3rd. 2 scored off the right-hander out of the bullpen in the 4th. Now out there again here in the 5th after the starter. Pierce Beckman went 2 innings, so the Cardinals were able to score 6 off of him. All of those 6 coming in the bottom of the 2nd inning. That is upstairs to Jake Parkerson. Parkerson 1 for 2 today. He singled in the 3rd inning. And the 3-0 in there for a strike.
Yeah, Yost has been throwing strikes. The Cardinals did the damage in the last inning with some hits.
Parkerson has hits in 12 of his last 13 games.
Wow.
With a hit tonight. Hitting .472 on the year coming into today's affair. And that goes right back to the pitcher. It hits off Yost. He stays with it, flips it to first, and a great play made by the pitcher.
Yeah, nice play. That's going to leave a mark for sure, but sucked it up and went and got the ball and got the out.
Now batting number 20.
Ball was smoked right up the middle.
Parkerson can really handle the stick. A .472 mark. Talk a lot about some of the top-line talent that they have, at least in the heart of that order at the top with Carney and Emerson and James and Castleberry. But Jake Parkerson out of the 5 spot, plenty of opportunity with guys aboard as well, and he's taking advantage of it, driving a ton of runs in and hitting north of .470 on the year. So it'll bring up Lane McDonald.
Yeah, I believe Parkerson is second on the team in RBIs, and he was in that cleanup spot when Castleberry was out. So made a good use of all the base runners on in front of him.
Blaine McDonald now at the plate. He's got a 1 for 2 day going on so far after singling and coming across to score in the 2nd. He hit into that 5-4-3 double play turn in the 3rd inning. The Cardinals with 7 hits. Popped up right side. Taylor is there, and he makes the grab. So 8 runs on 7 hits for Fort Worth Christian. 1 run on 2 hits so far today for the THESA Riders. And the Cardinals, their 7 hits have come from 6 different players in their lineup. The only hitter with a multi-hit day for Fort Worth Christian is Braylon James, who's 2 for 3 with a double and 4 RBIs.
Noticing how deep that third baseman Graham plays for the Riders. He's almost back there on the grass.
Jimmy Graham, he has made some nice plays. Hank Austin at the plate, 1 for 2. 2-0 count as Yost tries to work through his 3rd inning of relief. He kicks and delivers, and Austin goes upstairs chasing for. Eyes get wide on a 2-0 count. And expanded the zone just a bit there.
Yeah, even Yost's fastball is hard to catch up with that up above your shoulders.
It's tempting though, right? When you're in a hitter-friendly count, a 7-run lead.
You see it well
late
up
in
there.
the ball game.
It looks like a beach ball up there, but just hard to get your barrel up to it. You mentioned Austin has hits in consecutive games, and he's really one of the few Cardinals that's gotten off to a little bit of a slow start at the plate.
That's tapped to the third baseman, Graham. And at first, the scoop is made. Jimmy Graham flashing the leather for the Riders in the field, but the Cardinals lead by 7 after 5.
Call it the big time. Got your name in lights. Now you're gonna shine. Got 'em in your sights.
So a new arm into the game. It's Cale Brateris, the left-hander. His 5th appearance of the year, but his first 4 were starts. First time the southpaw has come out of the bullpen. And he fires a strike here to Case Wisdom to begin the top of the 6th inning. So Jacob Pegg's day is done. He goes 5 innings of 1-run ball. And it's off to Cale Brateris, who has showcased some electric stuff throughout this year. Through 4 starts and 12 innings of action, has a 2-0 record and an ERA at 1-1 with 10 punch-outs as well. He has walked 10 batters. As it's a soft tapper to Grady Emerson, he backhands it onto first, and it's in time to retire Wisdom for the first out here in the 6th. But Cale Brateris getting his first relief outing as we look at the Emerson play at short.
Yeah, interesting. You mentioned that his 4 prior appearances were all starts. And what that tells me is Coach Greer may want to look at him in a relief role, knowing that once you get to the district season, you really only need 2 starters. And correct me if I'm wrong, but most likely I'd say Smeds is one of those starters. And David Salas is probably the other district starter. So Brateras more likely is going to come on as a reliever in the district season if he pitches those games. So get him some experience in that role, and that's probably what we're seeing today, because really Jacob Pegg probably could have gone another inning or two if needed.
I'd agree with that. Smeds and Salas as the two district starters, but Brateras certainly a nice third option, something you have to have certainly when you get through district play as well, if you get into those 3-game sets in the postseason. And a great option to have, because while most of the district games throughout the year will be on Thursdays and Fridays, they'll be mixed in some other non-district games throughout the year sprinkled in, but this the final game before they begin district play this weekend. But Brateras has been really effective in limiting runs throughout the season so far. Through 4 starts, again, he has just surrendered 2 runs.
Well, you never know what's going to happen. Guys could, have an injury. You hope that's not the case, but yeah, even if you're not one of those 2 district starters, you never know when you could get the call. And as you said, there'll be other games with opportunities to start. And if you get in the playoffs, the 2 out of 3, that third starter is definitely going to be needed at some point.
And his last time was about a week and a half ago on the 27th. He went 4 innings against Rock Hill, 6A school, and those were the first 2 runs he allowed. He got the no decision, allowed 5 hits and 2 earned. But again, when he's been in the zone, he's been as effective as anybody in terms of being tough to square up. That ball lifted to center. James is there. Taylor retired for a 3rd time, and it brings up Pierce Beckman, who is 0 for 1 today. Struck out in the 1st, walked in the 4th, but Brateras could be a great weapon out of that bullpen. You have Smeds, you have Salas, and then you have Brateras and some other options out of the bullpen that have proven to be pretty effective arms. And it's a tough decision, but a good decision to have to who you want to give those leverage innings to, and you would think that a Brateras would be a potential option for that, but there's been some other guys at times that have been really effective for Fort Worth Christian, and that is why those early season tournaments when they were playing 4, 5, 6 games in a short amount of time, it gave them an opportunity to see a Jacob Pegg start a game like he did today, or Andrew Ridgel, or Blaine McDonald, who's been effective on the mound at times, and Antonio Andujar as well, who has some good stuff on the hill. So it seems like they've started, and that's going to be a conversation they'll have to continue to think about as they get into district play, is who's not only going to handle the starting role, which appears to be Salas and Smeds, but also those important innings in the back half of games when you get into the bullpen. And to have a lefty reliever like this out of the pen potentially could be a big option for Fort Worth Christian.
Well, yeah, the Cardinals played so many games early in those tournaments. Out of necessity, they had to look at a lot of different pitchers. And Andujar is another guy that we've seen pitch in relief that has looked pretty good in that spot. So I'd say there's probably at least 3 or 4 guys that could be considered in a big relief spot.
Popped up. It's called off by James out in center. Brateras goes 1, 2, 3, and we go on. 8-1 lead for the Cardinals here on Tradio. Jeff Knipper, Will Connerly back with you here on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio. Antonio Andujar will lead things off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch swinging, fouls it right into the Cardinals dugout.
You asked me if the Riders had a new right fielder, and they do. That's Nick Cruz out in right field now.
Cruz to right, the one change defensively here. It's still Yost out on the mound after coming in relief in the 3rd. The Cardinals looking to pick up their 14th victory of the season. 13-3-1 on the year so far. Leading by 7 right now in the bottom of the 6th as they try to add on Antonio Andujar. And Jeff, the conversation we were having about the pitching, Andujar, another guy that you brought up, and well, the guy that leads the team in appearances, Ben Rodriguez, obviously a big option out of Rusty Greer's bullpen as well as Andujar strikes out and Yost retires the first here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And then Blaine McDonald as well. He's been utilized quite a bit out of the bullpen. So from McDonald to Prateris to Rodriguez to Ridgel, there's a lot of different guys who have had opportunities, and it will be interesting. It feels like it's a good problem to have in the sense that if it's not your day, that it's probably going to be a shorter hook, because if you go to the bullpen, as Ridgel gets hit for a second time today.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, he got hit earlier.
So Ridgel has reached 3 times, twice by hit by pitch, once by a single. But it's a good problem to have because of the fact that you can have that short leash if anybody is struggling in those spots. And we'll see if some roles continue to shake out toward the back end of that pen. But when you're leading by 7 runs, it's less of a concern in terms of trying to close games out, Jeff. But you know that's not always going to be the case, and you want to have those high leverage relievers ready to be deployed. And so that'll be a story to follow throughout this season for the Cardinals as Griffin Carney comes up for a 4th time. And he gets hit. Back-to-back batters plunked here. And the bottom of the 6th inning will put 2 on for Grady Emerson.
Well, my apologies if I overlooked anyone that's pitched a lot on the mound that I didn't mention, because I've only seen about 4 or 5 Cardinals games this year. You've seen a much bigger sample.
No apologies needed. Any insights you have on the arms is much appreciated.
Yeah, I do remember seeing Ben Rodriguez pitch in some games. I don't remember where we were, but he was effective when he did pitch.
Yes, effective, and also just seems like Rusty Greer has that trust in him because he's used him more often, at least in terms of appearances. They've been short appearances, but he offers a little bit of a different look with the sidewinding that he has. So it's good to have the hard-throwing righties, the lefties, the sidewinders, different things to get you out of jams, and he provides that for sure.
That's what I remember. He came in behind Salas, and Salas is an upper 80s guy, and just a big velocity change between Salas and Rodriguez, and it certainly was effective that day.
So new arm into the game. It's Nathan Goodman after Dylan Yost came in the 3rd, worked the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and in the 6th, he gets pulled, and the 3rd different pitcher being used this evening by THESA is Nathan Goodman. The right-hander will face Grady Emerson with 2 runners aboard here in the bottom of the 6th inning as the Cardinals look to extend their lead. And for Grady Emerson, well, he will look to tally a hit in this game. He has been aboard via a walk, but
Yost has thrown about 60 pitches, which if you're used to being a reliever, that's a lot of pitches to come out of the bullpen with. So maybe a little bit of fatigue there when he missed on those 2 pitches inside. I got to admit, though, at least Carney didn't make a huge effort to get out of the way. It was a curveball that just didn't break, but Carney didn't sprain an ankle trying to get out of the way either.
And he had a really good at-bat to Antonio Andujar. Yost did to begin the inning. He got Andujar fooled, striking out, swinging, but then the next two pitches, back-to-back pitches, not just batters, he plunks guys. He hits Ridgel, who's now at second, and then hit Griffin Carney, who's at first. So speed on the base paths here for Grady Emerson, who is 0 for 2 in this game.
He must have walked his last time up.
He did?
Yeah, okay.
His 16th walk of the season.
Yeah, the second baseman can't play out in the grass where he was earlier. He's got to play closer to that second base bag. He was playing short right field earlier when Emerson was at the plate.
So a 1-0 count here to Emerson with 2 on. Cardinals ahead by 7, but looking to add on more with the star shortstop up at the dish with runners on first and second. Ridgel at second. Carney at first. Emerson hits this one hard towards right field, and it's down. Andrew Ridgel will come across to score. Griffin Carney into third, and Grady Emerson at second as the Cardinals extend their advantage. And Emerson has that hit. He doesn't go hitless very often, and he won't be tonight after he rips it to right.
Yeah, not a bad pitch down around his knees, but that's what Emerson does. He hits good pitches and hits them hard. Hit that ball in the first inning in that left center gap that really, without that wind, would have been off the fence out there.
Brings Braylon James, who has had a day. And he takes for a strike. James so far 2 for 3 with 4 RBIs, including a double. And each of his last 2 at-bats, he's driven in 2 with hits, and he's got 2 more out there now. So the third straight AB that he has come up with 2 runners on the base paths. And the same opportunity for the Cardinals center fielder in the bottom of the 6th. Grady Emerson credited with a double on the fly ball to right to score Andrew Ridgel and put Griffin Carney at third. And James watches up and out. So Emerson at second, Carney at third, James at the plate. 9-1 lead for Fort Worth Christian.
Yeah, a chance to end it right here. 2 more runs would be a run rule. It's like the Riders are trying to stay away from James. He has pulled both balls. Another hit right there that should end it.
Braylon James continues his fantastic day. Carney scores, Emerson scores, and the Cardinals win it as Braylon James caps off a fantastic evening here at Keck Field. He finishes the day with 6 runs driven in, and he finishes 3 for 4 with 6 RBIs. That is no doubt our player of the game.
Yeah, that cinches the deal right there. He made that choice an easy one. So we'll let you. You're going to handle the interview, Will?
Oh, yeah. Unless Jeff Knipper wants it, but I'll head over there.
Okay, yeah, you go ahead and handle it.
All right.
I'm pretty comfortable, and we'll talk about that one. But, yeah, just an impressive start for Jacob Pegg on the hill. Gave up 1 run, I believe 2 hits, but a good outing for Pegg. And then Rateris comes in and has a clean 6th inning to finish off the deal on the mound. But yeah, huge day for Braylon James. 3 hits, 6 RBIs. That inning right there. Started with a couple of hit by pitches, and then of course Grady Emerson had that ball in the right center gap to drive in 2 runs and just put the nail in the coffin and finish that game off. So Will's getting set up here, and Coach Greer's going to talk to his team real quick and let us have Braylon James for a second. We mentioned earlier the district season for the Cardinals kicks off Friday. They were supposed to play Thursday and Friday, but the games have been moved to Friday and Saturday. I'm guessing that's weather related. Okay, here we go. We're going to get this interview with Braylon James here shortly.
Back with you on Cardinal Baseball Live on Tradio, joined alongside our player of the game, Braylon James. You just ended this ball game, a 2 RBI knock to right. You had 3 of those today. What was looking at the plate?
Just seeing my pitch. Just if it was in the zone, it was a fastball, I was hitting it.
So sitting on fastballs on all 3 occasions?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so 6 RBIs today. First time you come up to the plate, there's 2 outs, you drive in 2. With that situation coming and you getting the fastball the first time, that doesn't change your approach as you progress throughout the game?
Nope, just seeing the runners on base, I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just thinking stay through the ball, just do my swing.
To get your teammates enjoying the interview as well. But, Braylon, this team picks up another victory. You start district play as well coming up this week. What's the mindset heading into that?
Just keep winning games, just keep playing as a team. We're going to go win some district games.
All right. Well, Braylon James, our player of the game, 3 for 4 with 6 runs driven in, and he walks us off tonight here from Keck Horton Field. Thanks for watching tonight here on Tradio.
We only play to win. That's on everything. We climbing to the top. Turn it up a notch. This is our house. We get that dog.